So I've clamped the guitar and I'm going to use a router to route the hole. So once again I've made a couple of templates. One is the overall diameter, which is the piece that's going to be recessed, that's 25mm, and then there's the 22mm diameter for the actual hole. So I'm going to stick these onto the top and route away. The position of the jack socket is to your own personal preference, and I've picked a position so that when the guitar's being played it will hang down straight, so it's not putting any strain on any cables. I've set the template up on the edge of the body with a couple of spaces for the height of the routing bit, and I'm going to first do the recess about 2mm deep, and then I'll place the other template on top of that to cut the hole out. That looks a bit better. If it's a little bit too deep, you can always pack it up. I've got about just over 2mm on the sides there. That's about right. So now I'm just going to put the other template on the top. Just check it goes on. Get some sticky tape on, and then we can use that to go down. It'll be perfectly concentric, and then we can lower the whole assembly once we've got deep enough into the socket. So that's as deep as I can go now. I've got to lower the template onto the edge of the body to go deeper. So now I'm deep enough to be able to use the wall of the top of that cut as a guide with the bearings, so I don't need to use the template anymore. So we'll be able to see a bit better what's going on. We do need to check how deep to do the hole, and it's not just the assembly of the jack socket, but also the jack plug when it goes in, and that tip goes a little bit deeper. Basically we're needing to go to about 35mm. We're about 32, so we're almost there. We just need another 2 or 3mm. We can always pop that in and see how it fits, but we've got to allow for the tip of the jack socket, and also we don't want to be too tight with this, so 34mm is ideal, and we're currently about 32, so a couple of mil and we should be done. There we go. One socket for a jack socket, one hole for a jack socket. Yeah, and you can feel that that's seated right down and it's not pivoting on the tip of the jack plug. So that's a hole deep enough. So now we just got to drill some holes to connect all the cavities together. I'm going to drill a hole through the jack socket cavity into the electronics area. I've just marked a line here to give my eye a bit of a guide as to where it's going, and I want to aim high because all the electronics are on the surface, or the bottom of the cavity, which is the surface of the guitar, so I want the hole to come out as high as I can. I'm going to drill some holes through the pickup cavities and the bridge cavity into the electronics cavity. I've got this attachment here which does allow us to drill at a very shallow angle, which is what we want to do. See there, we just put that over the top, we see we're about there, a little bit more. That's probably to about there. I'm going to drill 2 through to here because I've got 2 pickup leads to go through, so one's shallow and then the other a bit steeper. If I continue I can drill through the table as well, and I want to drill across here. That's through, and then we need one more, which I'll do by taking the drill out, and this is just a one down here, just so we can start off the cable in. There we go. So then we can get all the cables connected to the electronics.